All right, guys, here she is in all her entirety. Cagiva 200 basket case build that we did. This thing came here 2 years ago in a crate, fully disassembled. This thing has not been assembled in 20 years maybe, and we had to do all the finish work. George is my lead builder on this job right here. It's his first complete Tiger. He's done many other bikes, but none of this caliber yet. And I'm gonna say, as the owner of the shop, it looks fantastic. The only thing we're lacking at this moment is an air filter, which we have on order, which is not enough for me to kill the video. So I figure my customer in Texas is going to be very happy with it, and we get another Tiger back alive, which is a pretty great accomplishment considering there's only a couple hundred made. George, any words of wisdom on building a Tiger in a box?
No, I appreciate the chance. Look out for missing parts.
Yeah.
Be ready to improvise.
Don't do it again, huh? Yeah, this gotta save them though. This is what we're here for. I'm gonna try to find a picture of what it started as, and it's pretty bad. It was literally a frame, an engine, and a swing arm, and we pretty much found, manufactured, and assembled everything else. So appreciate you watching, and subscribe and like and share and all that fun stuff. Thanks again. What's up, guys? Midway through this Cagiva 250 build over here in George's corner, and we finally got a few more piece parts on. Get some radiator hoses done, rear shock somewhat in place, rear axle assembly kind of set and almost where it needs to be. Still have a long ways to go and a lot of little detailed items, but it's definitely coming along nice. Guess we're gonna decal after lunch, get some wheel studs done. Need to repaint the fender. It had some scuffs and scrapes from the last person that sent it, and George had to repair, do a clear epoxy for the PVC front fender. But all in all, coming along. Has some sweet little Armstrong rear tires, some old Turf Tamer style. He's getting the pack and wax off of the front tire and wheel, and everything's coming along well, so stay tuned. Good morning, YouTube. We are starting another Tiger, well, I say starting, I'm kind of late to the party, but we're starting another Cagiva 200 restoration. This one we have been prepping parts for a while. I just kind of forgot the video. It's a second gen Tiger 200 narrow front end, and she's coming along pretty nicely. Got a little ways to go, but this engine was built by Tony Murphy of Rotax, and been having this bike here for about a year now, and we're finally getting around to assembling it. We have a lot of high quality original parts, a couple of reproduction pieces, and I do believe she's gonna be really nice. Triples are incredible, nice bar clamps, some Race Tech front forks, original tank and swing arm I gotta do some repairs to, and a pile of miscellaneous goodies. Fender and seat up there, so I guess just stay tuned. We're gonna do some more videos as we go, but this thing I do believe is gonna be really nice. Undecided what tires I'm gonna use. I think I'm gonna use old school flat tracks with front tire right there. If not, I have a set in the corner tucked away, so we'll figure it out. Either way, you have a good day, guys. Subscribe and follow, like my posts, share them. I'd love to grow this YouTube channel, but I'm impatient and it seems to be going slower than I care for. What's up, YouTubers? This is the final video of this Tiger 125 side radiator. So this would be a first gen 125, and we are all done. I had to do a little bit of paint work, a little bit of engine work, a little bit of brake work, little bit of everything. So this is basically, we repainted the number plate, fuel tank, radiator shroud. The rear fender is already good. Tank was bleeding out, so we had to put a new cork gasket here and do that. This is this thing came here, brakes didn't work, and transmission was locked up in between gears, so we had to do a full engine tear down, split it, and go through the transmission. These are some quirky but cool little engines. It's a right side drive, left shift, left reverse kicker like all the Tigers are, but it is a liquid cooled with a finned cylinder. Very odd, very unique. This is something that I've only seen on these particular models, but like I said, we had to tear this engine down and open her up. They had a couple of shims and springs out of place. Besides that, this thing is a beautiful little model. It was fully restored by the previous owner. I guess maybe they were just aiming for looks and not function, which is why the brakes weren't working and stuff like that. But that's neither here nor there now because it's fully functional. Took her for a ride, she rips. Cool little bike. Looks like a little hand cone pipe. Maybe an old school Gemco 125, I'm not even sure. But all in all, these are definitely just some neat little bikes. Kind of got the kick out side exhaust here, pretty neat. Does have the warning, as sold as is, where he is, kind of cool. As is, where he is. Basically, they're telling you when you bought it, you own it, which is pretty neat. Original Magura levers and throttle, all that fun stuff. What's going on, guys? This is a Tiger 250 wide tire. This is the first generation of the Tigers, 250cc. This is the first wide tire we actually get in this shop. Haven't seen one of these in person before. It's a totally different front end setup than the second gen, and I guess you'd say the R3 or third gen. The actual tree setup is probably about 4 inches wider altogether, which just gives a kind of crazy look because it looks like almost like a first generation Takati with the wide front. This one came from up in the Northeast, getting a little cleanup work and some love, and we are going to basically just clean her up, send her on her way. All in all, nice bike, runs good, drives good, shifts good, mechanically sound, so just a matter of cleaning up at this moment. I thought I had more pictures, but I figure I'll send you a quick video. This thing is just phenomenal. The only thing I know of on it is it's kind of dirty, as you can see, but it's an awesome bike. We just swapped the motor and it's pretty much ready to roll. The only thing I know for sure, the kick lever, I think, needs to be replaced because it cracked during testing, so I'll have to find you one. But all in all, just an awesome bike. What's going on, YouTubers? I have a Franks here, 250cc Australian, made by Australian Kelvin Franks. Super cool machine, really neat piece of race history. This one was built and brought up by Bill at the Lost Boys collection. He originally did this one and another one, a red and white. Really neat machine, ended up in my shop just for a little work to be kind of tested and tuned, a couple things finalized, and just figured I'd show it off. From what I know about it, the engine was restored by Mike at Vintage Motorsports years ago. Runs great. Everything else I believe is original to the era. Pretty neat little conglomerate of piece parts that these things were built out of. A lot of 81, 82 first gen 250R parts. Rotax motor. Widened axle, I'm not sure what axle it is. Allen's rear shocks. Has some Simon's forks on it. And just a pretty cool piece of machinery. It is probably the only one I'll ever see in this shop, being they only made a handful of them. So I figured I would go through and let everybody else see it. What I have here is an incredible piece of racing history from the 80s. This is a Kelvin Franks 250cc air-cooled Trike. This is a pretty awesome piece of machinery. From what I understand, Kelvin Franks only made a handful, maybe up to a dozen. Pretty awesome what we got going on here. This one was built and stored in the Lost Boys collection, and then shuffled hands a few times over the last couple of years. So we are gonna take it and actually get it cranked and running, do a test drive on it, go through it, make sure she is mechanically sound. But all in all, super cool piece of history. I believe Franks had built their own adjustable rake forks. They had different style setups from what I was told. The triples, I'm sorry, not forks. Everything on here is very well done. It is, nice machined aluminum forks, clean exhaust run. Very simple besides that. See, we got an intake not matching up with the carburetor we have to adjust. It looks like a lot of first gen 250R parts. Like the tank I see for sure, first gen 250R. Looks like the rear axle, maybe the carrier, and a few other parts, first gen 250R. But all in all, really awesome machine here. Old school Meyer fenders, like way first gen. Nice wheels, missing a few pieces we're gonna clean up. Old school with my bar here. Air-cooled 250cc engine. Pretty excited about this one. The only thing that I hate about these engines, they're a reverse left side kick, which make it very awkward. But anyways, thought I'd fill you people in, and I'm gonna post another video tied in whenever she is up and running. Another magnificent Trike over here in DNA Restorations. things are. Another Tiger 500, assembled, partially restored. I had DNA restorations. Got a few little touch-ups to do, and then guess what? Get another one headed home. The shop to be at. I'll send a few more videos and pictures as we go, but this is where we at. She is still mint and pretty, just as the day she left here. I'm gonna go ahead and get it fired up, make sure everything is still kosher, and we could tuck her away until we get a shipper lined up. You got an awesome bike coming here. Your 500 is gonna be equally final assembly coming together.